Om Shanti. Very good morning to all. We were just listening a song which was on celebrating spiritual Holi, and that's what today's Murli is all about. The Murli dated 9th of March 1982. This Murli is about what it means to celebrate spiritual Holi, and this is Murli that originally was conducted during the festival of Holi. So let's revise this Murli together. Title of the Murli is The Spiritual Way of Celebrating Holi and Burning Holi. Today, the highest Father has come to meet his holy swans. The intellect of each of the holy swans is constantly filled with pearls, gems, and jewels of knowledge. Even Babdada finds such holy swans only once in the whole cycle. That's the confluence age. All through the confluence age, Babdada celebrates Holi with such special holy swans. Brother Baba says, worldly people celebrate Holi for 1 or 2 days in the year, and as well as celebrating, they also lose a lot. Whereas you holy swans celebrate and also earn. You do not lose anything. All the children are celebrating Holi with Bab Dada even while sitting far away. The elevated thoughts of love of all the children in this land and abroad are reaching Bab Dada. The sprinkle of water emerging from the eyes and foreheads of all the children is of love, prem, and of fragrant, that is deep love, that is sneha. Let's reread this sentence and experience the intoxication of love in this sentence. The sprinkle of water emerging from the eyes and foreheads of all the children is of love, that's prem, of fragrant and fragrant, deep love, that is sneha. Maybe while we're discussing today, we can distinguish between what do you mean by prem and sneha as two different Hindi words. In return, Bab Dada is playing with the sprinkle of water of the 8 powers, that is, the 8 colors that emerges from the eyes of all the children. Bab Dada sees how, with a physical color, you make everyone the same color as that color. With a red color, you make everyone red. With different colors, you create different forms. In the same way, with the spiritual color of every power, you become embodiments of every power. With the spiritual color of every power, you become embodiments of every power. You become the form of every virtue. With Drishti, the form is transformed. You have come here to celebrate such a spiritual Holi, have you not? Instead of celebrating Holi by showering everyone with flowers, Bab Dada makes each of you children into a spiritual rose, a spiritual intoxication for all time. Instead of celebrating Holi by showering everyone with flowers, Bab Dada makes each of you children into a spiritual rose with spiritual intoxication for all time. You yourselves become the flowers. Apart from the father and children, no one else can celebrate such a Holi. As soon as you took birth, the father celebrated Holi and made you holy. As soon as you took birth, the father celebrated Holi and made you holy. Now, there are three different meanings of the word holy in the spiritual sense. So, if you spell the word holy, Holi, which means to become, so as soon as we take birth in the father's lap, as soon as you took birth, the father celebrated Holi. The father became yours and you became fathers. And then what did he do? He made you holy. That is Holy, which means in Hindi, made you pavitra. Those people celebrate it, whereas you become constantly holy. You are constantly colored with the color of every virtue, every power, and with the color of love. So look at the beauty. Baba says you're colored with every virtue, every power, and he's talking about you also are colored with love. So he's given love, the virtue, the value as the most important place. You are such holy swans, are you not? There is no need even to apply a tilak. You are always wearing a tilak. The imperishable tilak is always applied, is it not? You cannot erase it even if you try to. Instead of celebrating for a short time, you celebrate it for all time and you also make others the same. Those people embrace one another when celebrating an auspicious meeting, whereas you holy swans have become the garland around Bab Dada's neck. Having become the garland of sparkling jewels around the neck, you constantly spread light into the world. Each of you jewels is the form of a sparkling light, giving more light than even 1,000 bulbs could give. You sparkling jewels, you know your form of light and mine, do you not? You are the sparkling jewels who bring the whole world from darkness into light. Bab Dada is celebrating Holi in keeping with this special day with such holy swans. You lit the fire of Holi and you also celebrated it. So in Lokic world also, we first burn the Holika a day before we start playing the holy colors. And that's what Baba is telling here. He says, you lit the fire of Holi and you also celebrated it. But what it means to have lighting up spiritual fire of Holi is what he explains further. You know how to light the Holi that's burn and also to celebrate, do you not? Now, here comes the third meaning of the word holy when Baba brings the aspect of burning the fire of holy, which means burning the past in simple words. So let's see what he has to say today. He says, you know how to light the holy that's burned and also to celebrate, do you not? It is only after you have lit the holy that you celebrate it. And today he's using an analogy of matchstick and matchbox. With the matchstick of thoughts, whatever waste thoughts you have, that is, thoughts or sanskars of weaknesses for yourself or for service, put them all together and put a matchstick to them. Those are called kindling, that is, dry sticks of wood. Gather them all together and put the matchstick of determined thoughts to them. So you have also burned them. To burn is to celebrate and to become. You know how to put a matchstick to something, do you not? So burn and celebrate, that is, make yourself constantly holy. Let it not be that when you put a matchstick to it, it does not light. So if you rub a matchstick against a matchstick, it doesn't lit a fire. Baba further says, a matchstick cannot be lit without coming into connection with the matchbox. So when you have a connection and relationship with the Father, when there is enough phosphate of practice on the matchstick, then as soon as you have the thought, you become that in a second. So all the materials have to be right. The connection with of the matchstick with the matchbox. Matchstick here, the reflection that I have is Baba's talking about I, the soul, that's we all, children, and matchbox is Shiv Baba, connection with the Father and Brahma Baba, that's Baba. There also has to be the relationship and the practice. If there is a relationship, but not enough practice, you will receive success only after making efforts. You will not be able to become an embodiment of the thought in a second. After repeatedly having the thought, you will achieve success after making effort. The time of effort, that is, the time of devotion, has finished for all of you, has it not? The meaning of devotion is effort, that's hard work. The time of devotion is over means that effort is over. It is now the time to receive the fruit of devotion. The fruit of devotion is knowledge, that is love, that's in Hindi, it's a beautiful word called mohabbat, not effort, that is mehnat. Baba always says mohabbat makes, that love makes everything easy, and Baba doesn't want his children to do any mehnat. He says the fruit of devotion is knowledge, that is love, mohabbat, and not effort. You made a little or more effort for 63 births, but you still made effort, did you not? Now, in this final birth, too, will you still make effort? Now, at least, constantly eat the fruit of love for the Father. That is, constantly be fruitful. To eat the fruit means to be constantly successful. To eat the fruit means to celebrate Holi constantly and to become holy. Now finish the sanskars of making effort and of battling. You have now attained the fortune of the kingdom. So why do you still battle? You have now attained fortune that is even more elevated than the fortune of the status of a deity. You will not have the pleasure of being a master of the self when you have the kingdom of the world. It's only in this confluence age that you can enjoy the pleasure of being master of the self. So, why are you souls who have received the fortune of the kingdom still battling even now? Therefore, set fire to the sanskars of making effort, that's hard work, and the sanskars of battling, and the sticks of thoughts. Light the fire of this holy. Even Bab Dada feels mercy when he sees the children's sanskars of working hard. If you are working hard even now, then when will you eat the fruit? This does not mean that you can become careless. Baba further explains that when he says not to do effort, does not mean that you get completely the lazy mode or relaxed mode or become careless. He says this does not mean that you can become careless by thinking that you do not have to work hard. You do not have to become careless, but you do have to remain constantly absorbed in love. You have to be merged in love. As soon as you think something, it happens. Practice this. You are master almighty authorities, ones with all powers, and so as soon as you have the thought, you experience it. Have this easy practice now. Put the treasure of elevated thoughts into practice. Whenever you carry out an elevated task, you decorate everything, do you not? You decorated everything yesterday, did you not? So I was referring here about a surrender ceremony that happened for 5 Kumaris, because that's what it explained further. Uh, this this decoration of yesterday was due to that it was a day before there was a surrender ceremony of 5 Kumaris, and they were decorated very beautifully. A decorated image is a good sign. All of you are constantly engaged in an auspicious task. Therefore, remain constantly decorated with the jewelry of virtues. Do not keep them locked in the safe of your intellect. Always be an image that is decorated with the jewelry of all virtues. These are the 16 decorations, that is, become full of all virtues, 16 celestial degree full. In any case, how would the constantly married, constantly fortunate children of the highest on high Father look without any decorations? The sign of being married, being Suhagan, is a decoration, and the sign of being part of the royal clan is also a decoration. So, who are you? You belong to the clan who creates the kings of kings, and you are constantly married. So, constantly be the spiritual images that are constantly decorated with the jewelry of virtues. Have you celebrated such a Holi? You celebrated Holi in Madhuban, did you not? To sing and dance is to celebrate. So you are constantly singing and constantly dancing, and you also danced and sang physically too. You celebrated, did you not? You sang and you also ate. You had yoga and also offered bhog. Your minds are always sweet and your mouths are also always sweet. A reflection on this statement, which came to me while I was reading this yesterday. Your minds are always sweet, which means you're always filled with pure thoughts, and your mouths are always filled with sweet, which means you always speak with sweet words. So you have had holy, have you not? It is the holy of every cycle. What else will you do? Will you sprinkle rose water? Will you shower everyone with rose petals? You yourself are roses. If you have any desires remaining, then sprinkle. Just give me a second. You yourselves are roses. If you have any desires remaining, then sprinkle everyone with rose water tomorrow. You are already colored with the colors. That color has to be wiped off, whereas the more you are colored with this color, the better it is. Baba is then giving blessings further. He says, so to such constantly spiritual roses, to those who are constantly colored with color of knowledge, to those who constantly celebrate a meaning, a meeting with God, to the images who are constantly decorated with the jewelry of all virtues, to the jewels who are close and equal to Bapdada, whether you are far away or personally sitting here, to all the holy swans, Bapdada is congratulating you for becoming holy in an imperishable way. Along with this, to all the souls who are merged in love, in response to their love, to the most elevated souls, love, remembrance, and namaste. From us children, love, remembrance, and namaste to Bap Dada. All of you are the biggest businessmen of all, are you not? No one in the whole world can do such big business. Those who are clever businessmen continue to increase their income in a worldly sense. As the sum increases, they keep adding a zero. You also have to add a point, that is zero. I am a point, and the Father is also a point. You are the biggest businessman of all, but you just have to add a zero. It can be difficult to write a 6 or an 8, but anyone can write a zero. It is easy and also elevated. How many zeros do you add in this whole day? When a question arises, the point is erased. There cannot be a question without a point. So, all of you are clever at putting a point, are you not? It does not even take time to put a point. I am a point, and Baba is also a point. For this, none of you can even say that you don't have time. Very well, Baba's pointed out today that none of you can even say that you don't have time. It is a matter of a second to put a zero, that's put a point. So, however many seconds you have, add a zero, and then at night count how many zeros you added. Do not think about anything. The more you think about something, the more it increases. Stop thinking about anything and just remember the one Father. This will be blessings. There are many benefits in having remembrance. The more remembrance you have, the more you will be filled with power and you will also become cooperative. The more remembrance you have, the more you will be filled with power and you will also receive cooperation. Service will also be done. Acha Om Shanti. Let's take few moments of silence and then come back to share our reflections. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Can unmute and share your thoughts or reflections in today's Murli. Would anyone like to share their? Yeah, go
Om
ahead.
Shanti, Rakiben.
Om Shanti Pujaben. Yeah.
This is Bapdada always, the festivals which you celebrate, which we always link it to the copper age. But in order to make it some significance, he brings out the meaning of in the confluence age. Because as you see in this Murli, Baba has very clearly mentioned it is only in the confluence age that Bab Dada celebrates Holi with his children. So that's what is the background we have to take over here rather than just going to the meaning of Holi as celebrated from the copper age. Otherwise, simple, if you just see Bab Dada says Holi is Holi, holy, that is purity. Holy means past, that is jo beet gaya, letting go of the past. Then Jalana, which Baba says is holy, that is burning, burning of the vices. And for Jalana, Banana, and then Milan, that is I belong to, connecting ourselves with God. And that connecting also, see here how Baba explains it, two words, relationship and practice. Baba, of course, now Baba doesn't know. Now they use even lighters and all more than matchbox and matchsticks. Now you have lighters all. But just Baba gives the relationship of the matchstick to the matchbox. Only when there's a relationship, and again in that relationship, Baba speaks about phosphate. So that over here is actually connecting with God. And when this is over, there is what we call it as forgiving. That's why they go and embrace each other. We forgive each other and we unite with each other. And everywhere there is what we call it as after Holi, after the burning, there is hope, there is faith, and there is share. In strictly in Copper Age, it was actually like that demon king who's called as Hiranyakashipu and that Holika. That's the reminder. But how Baba just brings it down to that meaning. And that meaning is true only in this confluence age. Because Bab Dada said, I celebrated with my children only now. Om Shanti.
Yeah, so if we look at your sharing, you mentioned that Baba Dada is celebrating Holi in Conference Age. Another deeper reflection here that is coming is Baba says he's celebrating Holi not just for a day or two, but the entire Conference Age is a celebration with Baba and his children. And then he further goes on to explain when you are in the company of Baba, what colors you will come up with. He speaks about eight powers, he speaks about virtues, and then he's given emphasis on the value and virtue of being love. He doesn't say become love, he says being of love. And then when we come back to the example that Baba speaks today of matchstick and matchbox, and you rightly mentioned there the example of a lighter. But the sukshma space of that lighter also is the lighter also needs to get connected to something to burn it. It can't do anything all by itself. So this was one of the reflection while you were sharing. And personally, another thing that I like about the Murlis of Holi, not just this Murli, is every time Baba reminds about the spiritual meaning of Holi, that's been pure, become Babas, and to put a full stop to the past. And today, that meaning he explains with applying zeros. Applying zeros is nothing but putting a full stop to all your past sanskars, past ways, thoughts, and something that's not serving you and in this world and to this world. So these are few of the reflections others can add on further on this.
Baba also mentioned, sister, that you don't think of anything, something else, because that issues will increases. So remember only me. This is blessing. So this is today my point, sister. So that is keeping stop for all the matters and remember one. So that increases, and also you will receive cooperation. So to come over that. So this is a blessing Baba is giving me today for my current situation. Thank you, sister.
Get that, sister. As it's always said, wherever you focus, energy flows there. So then why not I take charge of where I need to focus and fill myself with power and empower myself than disempowering. Thank you for that point, sister. Anyone
Yeah.
else? Yeah. What
The
would you prefer?
holy, yeah. So one holy to become pure, and another holy to burn, right? So when we burn, then we will become pure, right? So this is right. There is third holy also, right? What was that? I did not get that.
What the third holy is, or you sharing?
That's share.
Uh,
Okay. And yeah.
Colored,
And
colored with virtues and powers.
okay.
Sprinkling water, Baba is celebrating. So that is third holy.
So when we speak about third holy, another thing is one is becoming Babas. That's one holy. Then we speak about becoming Pavitra. And the third holy is putting holy in everything is complete. Holy in Hindi means khatam ho gaya. So that's the third meaning of holy, putting a full stop to all the past. Others can add if anything needs to be added further.
no, Rakiben, as I even told, in different Murlis, if you take together, of course, as you said,
Mm.
Baba just goes for the three. Otherwise, it is purity, letting go, burning, connecting, and that colors, as you said, colors and powers, that is sharing, sprinkling that rose, forgiving, and uniting. But in every Murli, somewhere it's there. But he just wants to, Baba likes this two, three, those numbers which he gives, he never changes. So he's just giving us the HOLI, that meaning. Otherwise, he adds many things to holy. There are even he uses the word purity, but here holy purity, you are letting go, holy, past, ho gaya. Then that burning, of course, doesn't come in that sense. But the third meaning, as you said, is I belong, holy, ho gaya, main kisi ka ho gaya. But he still has got different meanings to it. But this is what generally we can add it to the spiritual significance in Baba's
But
words.
the essence of all the other meanings is what are these three meanings is what I feel. And that's what many of the time, many of the classes also speaks about. What you're saying, Karijaban, is absolutely right. He elaborates further the meanings of these three essence of the word holy. So Holy, holy, of course, is pavitra. Holi, holy is Baba says, you becoming mine. I am yours, you are mine. And the third holy is, as you said, you burn your past sanskars, you get the new virtues, you color yourself with new virtues. That all will come in that third meaning. So what I feel is these three things is just the essence of the elaborated explanation of celebrating spiritual holy in the confluence age.
Perfect. What you said is that's the fundamental way Baba generally plays. Then there was one more thing, Rakhi Ben. I actually wanted to know about it. See, there was one sentence which really I was sitting and churning. Even once you have got the kingdom of the world, where's the question of trying to be master of the self? When he's saying, no, क्यों मेहनत कर रहे हैं, मोहब्बत हो गया है. So that analogy which he took over there, I was thinking over there, this master of the self is now the distant truest kingdom of the world. So agar rajya mil gaya hai, if you already got the rajya, then why you have to think about being master of the self? Why effort? So this master of the self is now, only now. There's the experience of that is in the golden age. That just hit me like to say that Swadarshan, Chakradari and all uske liye jo effort hai, abhi hai. Even that one thing was something new. I mean, something to where Baba made it a crystal clear.
Yeah. He says that become Swaraj Adhikari right now. Take charge of your own self and your own elevation, and you will get the fruits in golden age. That's what you mean, right? That's what you were sharing.
Yeah, so
Mm.
I always thought this master of the self, like it's something, goes on, goes on, goes on. And effort is, he just related that effort, for that effort part, he gave us this one
So
thing.
Baba always says,
It's something, it was a big statement he made there just to make us realize no battling.
yes. He always says that color yourself in the right company. And if you color yourself in the company of Baba and confluence age, you yourself will get colored. Becoming self-sovereign is not going to be an effort, but it's going to be an easy task for you if you remain yourself, if you color yourself in that color. Yeah. And once you color yourself with that stage of self-sovereign, you'll get the fruits in golden age for sure. It's only when we move out of the company or move out of the color of Baba is where we get colored with some kind of dirt around, with the sanskars, with Maya, with Pardarshan, and few other things. This is my reflection. Others can add on. Vinod Bhai, would you like to add on something?
Yeah, and if you see that love part on love, yesterday's blessing was really so deeply connected to it. When Baba speaks about merge in love, love is the life of a Brahmin, and there he says, it is here the ocean of love gives you platefuls of diamonds and pearls. So I was just connected with Holi today. I mean, when I read the Holi, so beautifully he gives us the blessings, how become pick up all those jewels and paths and all. So the blessing of yesterday and that last part of the Murli, some connection was there. Om
And when I was connecting to the Murli that we read last Saturday, which was more on what's the responsibility of love,
How
and
can
there
I
Baba
forget it, Raki
explained.
Ben? Sing and dance. I can't forget that Murli, 7th December.
Yeah. Correct. That Murli actually was talking about very different perspective to the responsibility, and it is still a Murli which I am reflecting on and being in that intoxication. And today Baba again brought the point of love. All other things aside, he specifically mentioned and the virtue of love. So which if we underline, love can move mountains. So one need to really churn this further as to what transformation love can bring in self as well as in others. And that may go to another point that how self love is different than being selfish, and how self love can give us an access to embrace and gracefully love others as well. That's another deep point. Thank you for bringing that love virtue here, Gujarat. Anyone else? So there's a point that Ami Ben has shared on the chat. She says the colors of Holi represent our original and natural soul qualities of peace, joy, love, bliss, purity, power, and wisdom. We, the souls, need to first color the self by connecting to God's unconditional love and purity. We are then ready to spray them on everyone else through our thoughts, words, and behavior. Beautiful, Ami Ben. You actually made an extension to this discussion of the point of love. Very powerful. Pramila Ben.
Raki Ben, can I just add one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've really experienced Holi with Bap Dada. I've seen that love when you said sprinkling, I when you it's something very different playing Holi in that with Bap Dada. You must see the eyes, you must see the way, and so playfully or whether naughtily, and especially that that short Mohini band coming with that sprinkler and sprinkling, and Bab Dada giving her a look through the corner of her eyes, that kind of love, and then Dadi Prakash. I've seen that. There are two things like this I've seen. One is Janmashtami, where of course their Bab Dada wasn't there, and this playing of Holi. It's really that love you could see. So I can understand when Bab Dada says it's only in the conflict in saying, I come to celebrate Holi with the children. I just wanted to share that one feeling which I've seen when Bab Dada's Holi took place in Madhuban.
Get that. Pajit Bhai, you unmuted yourself. Would you like to share?
Yeah, just this point that Baba said, your mind are always sweet and the mouth are also always sweet. So mind becomes sweet when we think of all this, right? And the mouth becomes sweet because the day holy means we eat a lot at all sweets. Right? Isn't it what Baba brought in here?
Yes. So if we go back to the Lokik celebration, there are a lot of sweets and a lot of celebration that goes on, and one eats sweet. And if you look at it, Baba have given an analogy here that you need to have sweet. You're expected to. Can you we'll reread that statement? But Baba mentions here that be sweet, meetha bolo. And that sweetness will bring sweetness around you. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be, extra sweet. But when we say extra sweet, it has to be authentic. There has to be authentic sweetness than just know, being in the space of showing off.
Holy means a lot, right? So becoming quality soul, colored with Baba's company, virtues, becoming sweet, thinking sweet,
Yeah.
right? Doing right action, virtues, revealing Baba. So yeah, it means a lot actually. Becoming pure. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Let's take one last sharing before we move on to meditation. Would anybody like to share? So I guess everybody is in the intoxication of the color of the company of Baba. So let's move on to meditation. Let's sit back and connect with Baba. Experience being in the color of all 8 powers, virtues, and values with which Baba is showering us, sprinkling all of that. Experience the beauty of how these colors are coloring you. Experience the sprinkle of the water cleansing the soul that I am, and how Baba is decorating me, the soul, with these beautiful colors of virtues, values, sprinkling all the 8 powers on me and making me powerful, preparing me so that with these colors that I have got from Baba, I can sprinkle back on this world and make each and every soul who comes in my connection with Baba's help as an instrument, pure and loveful, and experiencing the love, the unconditional love, which is surrounding me in the company of Baba. Today, I take this opportunity while I go back in the world to perform my karma, to sprinkle the water of love, the colors of powers and virtues to all those come in my connection, relating each person that comes in my connection as pure soul and putting a full stop on anything else that come in my way to express my pure, authentic love. I come back colored with the colors from Baba, ready to color the whole world with these values, virtues, and power. Om Shanti. So have great, colorful company with Baba, and we meet tomorrow morning with another powerful Murli from Baba. Om Shanti.